Hello everyone, and welcome back to Disc Golf Van Life. I'm Mike, and we're diving into the back 12 of the final round here at the 2024 Jacksonville Open, proudly presented by our title sponsor, Par on Disc Golf. The battle for the FPO title has been intense, with Cadence, Burge, and Paige Shue continuing to go head-to-head as they push through the final stretch. With just 12 more holes remaining, every shot matters as they fight to claim victory in this thrilling tournament. Let's get back into the action. And here with me still is Sarah Hokom.
What's up, y'all?
Good to have you here.
It's fun watching these guys really eat this course up. It's like,
Yeah, they're doing all right.
yeah, this course is a lot of fun.
We got a battle here between Cadence Burge, dropping down to neg 6, right behind Paige Shue at neg 7, and still not out of it. We got 12 holes to go. Morgan Lynds, neg 1, and Deputy, +4. We'll get right into it. Hole 10, par 3, 306 feet.
This one's a pump directly over the water. You can take the left side and just play over land the whole time, which a lot of players will opt for that. But we've seen a lot of really strong backhand players get through these cedar trees and give themselves a look at birdie. I think Paige got this hole on birdie on hole 1, so we'll see her go over the water. We may see Morgan take that left side over the land.
Yeah, with her forehand.
And Paige is making a liar out of me. She's throwing a turnover. I thought she was going to go over the water. I think she went over the water on the first day.
Yeah, she did.
But that was a surge on a beautiful turnover.
It's just a little bit safer. I think even when you go with the backhand, it's very easy to leak into this water, even after you hit the land.
And throwing high enough that those cedar trees are not going to come into play, but also doesn't give her a very realistic putt.
Yeah, it's hard to run that with the water right behind it.
But easy layup for par. Cadence looks like she's going over the water as well. This is her paradigm.
Come on, get through it.
This is where you got to get lucky.
Gets right in between the trees.
That's about 40 feet.
Still a tough putt. Elevated basket.
Morgan with this sidearm. That is way too low. Unfortunately, she'll have a long approach shot.
See if she can just lay it up here.
Looks like her zone. She throws that really well right on the pin. Easy par.
Be surprised if we see Ann run this, and she kind of does.
That's a difficult putt with that wind.
Cadence just lays it up. Very smart.
Paige with the birdie look. And that's it. Sneaks it in the left side.
She said, I'm not laying this up. I'm trying to win this.
Separating herself a little bit more from Cadence now with a 2-stroke lead.
The elevated basket's giving her some trouble.
It is tough with that wind, that headwind, committing fully to the angle. She has a bit of hyzer on her putt anyway, so
Yeah.
when that goes up, the hyzer becomes more pronounced as the basket goes up into the air.
Yeah, you expose the underside of that disc to the wind, and
yeah, and she's still young. She will figure out a lot of those things out, and it's little misses like this that can illuminate those things.
All right, hole 11, par 3, 280 feet.
This one's playing more like 320. A lot of players are going to pipe the center gap, and there is an option on the outside. If you don't want to try to hit the gap, the left side is pretty open.
Yeah, with like a forehand or even a backhand roller.
Exactly. There is a Mando up there on the right, so she can't go early right. But Paige is shaping this very, very well. This looks like a good putt, 15, 20 feet for birdie.
We've seen a lot of good ground play with the finish of the discs on this hole all weekend.
Yeah, I guess even though it's sandy, it's got that pine straw that seems to give us less friction. Cadence also, good turn, gives herself a look for birdie.
All right, we'll probably see Morgan go out the left side with her forehand.
That powerful hyzer line needs a skip. It gets it. That's another look. Everybody's about the same distance.
Yeah. And trying to split these trees with the backhand. Gets a nice turnover. Ooh. Not as good ground play as everyone else.
Yeah, a little bit low.
Gonna have a long look for her birdie here.
She's also throwing a wombat off the tee where everybody else is, wow. She doesn't need to throw it far when she could do that. She's throwing like a mid while everybody else is throwing high-speed drivers.
She's got a lot of power for being 15. I think she's just got the perfect build for a disc golfer.
Agreed. Cadence looking to match.
Just outside of circle 1.
Morgan connects.
She's trying to crawl up there. Especially with Cadence falling back a couple.
Paige with a chance to extend her lead. That's a champion putt.
3 birdies. And then Cadence is going to finish us off with the lone par.
That's a pretty good hole. Gets good score separation. 22% birdied that hole today.
All right, hole 12, par 3, 400 feet.
This one's a boomer. There's a left to right wind, crosswind, that's really playing well for a backhand. So you can put that up in the air, get a big distance move on it. You might be able to get a look at this one. Really haven't seen hardly anybody birdie. It just got it yesterday. But so far, nobody else has.
You know, it's tough to get it onto the top of the hill.
Yeah, this is the play, though. She's put it up really high on the anhyzer. She's got a look. Circle 2. That's a great shot. Not going to play to the forehand as much. The wind is just not helping it. So Morgan showing her backhand.
And she has got a backhand. Not bad.
Yep, she'll be able to pitch that up, hopefully for an easy 3.
Showcasing that power.
Whoa, puts it way up there. Doesn't get enough turn, but great distance.
Yeah, even with it fading out early, she's still up there pretty far.
Cadence also has the power for this hole. She can get the right angle on it. That's not enough turn. Maybe needed to throw something a little flippier. It's been difficult to read the wind all week.
Morgan. And she's got that sidearm upshot on dialed in.
Yeah, so good with her zone. Cadence with a long layup. And looking to do the same.
Gives it a little bit more of a run, but just drops on her.
Paige with a look at 2. Oh, so close. I would love to see that. But no big deal. Everybody will pop in those pars. Move on with their lives.
Yeah, I would imagine mostly pars on this hole throughout the weekend. It's like just out of range for the birdie, and it's wide open to get your par.
Yeah, it's surprising that this green could be a little tricky. I've seen a lot of people miss putts on this green. It's really windy. It's a slight uphill for the approach if you're not really close, which most players aren't super close off the tee. So it can produce score separation, but usually on the bogey end of things and not the birdie end.
All right, par frame for everybody. And that's going to bring us on to hole 13, par 4, 471 feet.
This was a lot of fun. There's a lot of shape to it. A lot of players are going to take this right side that they want a big fade to just in front of these trees. And then they'll traverse this triple mando to a green. The second shot will be only a couple hundred feet if you put your first shot in the right way. If your first shot isn't good, you may have to lay up. This can yield a lot of birdies, but it also can easily become a bogey.
Yeah, it's all about your drive right here.
This is one of my favorite holes.
You need to get good position right in front of the triple mando. And that'll do it for
That is
Paige.
great. That's her force. So she's going something really overstable to get that big fade. Morgan also
Little inside.
Yeah, she needed to push that out to the left a little more, but
It's a little tough. You have people walking on that pathway a lot of the time.
agreed.
It's hard to get that out of your mind when you wait there after two people have walked by.
And also putting it way up there. That's pretty good position.
Yeah, she bested Paige there on distance, right in front of the triple mando. They should both have a good approach.
Cadence needs a bunch of fade here. She gets it. I like that spot as well. We'll see if they can traverse this triple mando.
So it's going to be a tough angle for Morgan.
She's going for it. And that looks like it goes above the mando.
Yeah, misses the mando, got it a little high.
Cadence with a turnover. Also above the mando.
Got it lifted on her just a little too much.
With that headwind, that is definitely the miss. Okay, Paige lined up a little bit more straight, can throw the hyzer through, and puts it real close for a birdie putt.
Yeah, from her angle is much easier to keep it low.
And we'll also have that same hyzer.
Kind of low hyzer, let it skip a little bit at the end.
Yeah, she pushed it a little straight. That's a long look for birdie, but she has not missed the mando. The other two players will be throwing from this drop zone, trying to get up and down to save bogey.
That'll be just fine for Morgan.
Cadence putting. It's like 150 feet. Like her range is ridiculous. She has so much power. She must have like great grip strength or something.
Don't want to see that from Ann after that beautiful drive.
Paige to extend her lead, misses the putt. She must feel like the pressure must be off.
Yeah, she's not been missing many of those today. I mean, she's only 3 ahead, and we still have half the back 12, so. Morgan with the bogey after missing that mando. Cadence as well. And that's going to give Paige a 4-stroke lead.
Paige just chipping away.
All right, hole 14, par 3, 363 feet.
This one's a huge shot. And then right at the end, you have to get through these trees, and there's quite a bit blocking you. Players are going to throw a distance shot, hoping to get through the right side, giving them a look at birdie, probably long approach shots. They're trying to make sure that they just get through those trees off their drive.
Is that a 5th player on the tee pad?
Interference.
Yeah, the window you're trying to hit right here is not that wide.
That's going to be a tough approach from there. There's a lot guarding the line to the basket from that position.
See if Ann can execute the precision shot here. Taking it out wide, but she's going to be a lot more open to approach the basket from there.
Yeah, that should be a standard up and down. Morgan leaving her shot a little more left. It is more open over there.
I really would have thought she would have gone with the forehand going down that left gap, but she opted for the Anheuser through the gap. Still open. If you hit that gap over there, it's fairly open.
This looks really good. If you can just get through the front side. Yeah, that's a long look. It's a really good shot. Paige has an opening. That's good. Oh, ting. That needs to sit down.
Yeah, I don't think it rolled too much, but...
And with a layup. Morgan in trouble over here. That looks pretty close.
Yeah, that was just a bad angle on my camera spot. She was fairly open.
Cadence with a putt for birdie. Only one other birdie on this. Ellen Woodboom got it the first day. Oh, man. Air ball. Dang.
Yeah, she's been having trouble with those putts, just leaving them short and off to the left.
Paige cleans up that rollaway.
And that's only in circle 2 for her. I think in circle 1, she's 100%, honestly.
Cadence cleaning up the par. Looking like pars around.
Yeah, super easy for Ann there.
Joining
Morgan as well.
Yeah, 91% of the field parred this one. Kind of one of those you just don't really need to play.
All right, hole 15, par 3, 230 feet.
This one's playing about 250. Players are going to want to throw straight at it with a little bit of flex up the hill, or the sidearm is probably the most open line. The backhand has to traverse some high branches at the end of the flight.
This one's tough because of the sand. It's not like on hole 11 where you can get some good ground play. This one you kind of stick.
That gets through great.
Parks it.
Gets that slight turn, pushes through, gets a short putt at it, 20-footer.
It's not bad. She would have wanted it a little bit higher, but good result.
Morgan flexes it way outside and hits some trees. That is a miss, unfortunately, on one of the easier birdie holes on the course. Cadence puts a good move on it. Got a putt for birdie as well.
High Anheuser around the tree.
Pretty line.
Even prettier if it hit the chains.
Cadence to put some pressure on Paige.
Yeah, she cannot make a mistake here in the last few holes. Especially with Paige sitting right up there with a tap in. Good birdie for Ann.
Morgan will have to settle for the par, and Paige continues to set the pace, getting to double digits under par.
All right, we're going to head into the back 12 hole letters. These are the added holes to make this 24 holes total. Hole D, par 4, 595 feet.
Players are going to throw a distance shot off the tee and then try to traverse. There's two Mandos on the left and there's some OB on the right. Hopefully they're far enough they can throw a fairway driver. It might be a double distance driver shot hole for this one. It's a little bit on the high end of the distance range, but this is definitely gettable.
Ooh, early release for Paige. Fortunately, they do not have the OB lines this year.
It is just that Mando that she'll have to kind of wrap back around is the only real miss on that shot. She's also out of play for birdie here. So a chance for Cadence to try to grab one.
See Anne showcase her distance here.
Puts it up pretty high, doesn't get a lot of turn. She's safe from the Mando and over on that left side.
Yeah, not as bad as Paige being cut off to the basket.
Cadence needs to get a big shot out here that turns.
It's a little
Puts right position.
Come on. It's a good spot. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more distance off of that, though.
Morgan wanted some more turn on that as well. She's going to have a tough ceiling on that right side.
It's going to be a totally different approach for her compared to everyone else on this. She might have to contend with those two trees out there as well.
Yeah, she's probably going to have to go under those. It's pretty much the only thing you can do from that line. She does it very, very well and gets a good skip. She's got a putt.
That was a great approach from there. Kind of played perfectly for her forehand upshot, honestly.
Absolutely.
Here's a chance for Cadence. Looking right at the basket.
Goes back to the astronaut.
Little high.
Oh, dang, she needed that.
Paige, got to go around this Mando still. Wanted a lot more skip out of that. So Anne should be less cut off and a more direct approach to the basket.
It's a good shot.
Through, ooh.
Hits that last bit of bushes, and she's got a circle 2 look for birdie.
Yeah, that cost her like 15 feet. Okay, going over the trees and into the trees.
Looks like that was a bit of an inside miss. I think she's trying to go around those trees. Paige pushes through with a little bit of putt on the backside. This is a birdie putt for Morgan. Oh, wow, that was so close. I would have liked to see that.
And with a soft bid. All right, Cadence cannot miss this right now if she wants to have any chance of catching Paige in the back few holes.
Puts it in.
I imagine it's place fairly difficult for the ladies. 595 feet, that's a big distance.
And it plays uphill. Paige needs to make this to keep her lead. Well done. When Paige feels the pressure, she focuses up, makes sure she puts those in the chains. Only one birdie on this one today. Big shout out to Leah Sinigini, the lefty.
I like to see the lefties out there, being one myself. Gonna be a par frame for everyone.
Everybody got to those pars a whole lot different.
Yes, they did. All right, hole E, par 3, 259 feet.
It's playing a little bit downhill. It tapers in the end. There's OB on the left side and an early OB if you want to take the sidearm for the sidewalk. And that can be a little bit of trouble, but it's a pretty open lane. We'll see most of these players go up the gut.
Yeah, just do a soft turnover.
Paige with her Buzz SS leaves herself pin high, a little bit obstructed.
And with the standstill again, I like that. Following Paige just a little bit deeper into the rough.
Cadence with her MD3. Looking to pop this up. A little bit low. She'll have a long putt.
Man, that short grass grabbed her disc.
We're going to see the sidearm route here. Morgan with her Raptor. Needs a big skip. Pushes the OB line. And puts it behind the basket. That's a great line.
Beautiful shot. Yeah, she said she was just aiming for the spotter there.
Cadence from downtown. Oof.
Hits the basket this time on the outside circle putt, but
she's not giving up. Ow, more metal.
And then Paige looks like just on the edge, so shouldn't be too obstructed there. Got to step out for her putt.
Florida pokies are very sharp.
Come on, get off her.
It's the standard Florida pokey bush.
Is that the official term?
It is. That's what I was told.
Great birdie from Paige. Great drive. It's going to bring her to 11 down. She's kind of running away with it at this point.
Morgan with a quick putt for birdie. Cadence and Ann will have to settle for pars.
Both hitting the basket off of their attempted putts. All right, last of the letter holes. Hole F, par 4, 620 feet.
Another big shot in the open. Players are going to flex a backhand out to here and give themselves another big flex shot to try to get onto the green. This one is a bit at the edge of the distance range, but with two good pumps, it's in the wheelhouse of any woman on this card.
I mean, this is the second longest hole, just behind hole B on the front 12.
It gives you a lot of room to work.
Yeah, there are two Mandos on the left side, but not a lot of people are testing that left side.
And then the OB on the right side could come into play with heavy wind, but we really don't have that today. Morgan also throwing the backhand, which surprises me a little bit, but I think she must be choosing those because she's throwing it a little farther than she throws her sidearm.
Sure.
And this is one of those you need it. And with a big pump.
Boom.
It doesn't turn a lot, but it still outdrives the
when
cars.
When she gets that turn dialed in, man, she's gonna add another 50 to 100 feet on her drive.
Let's see if Cadence can put one way out there. This is her astronaut. Going to far galaxies, she's hoping. That's a little right. But it's a big shot. That may open the shot a little bit more than the other players as they're coming around that other Mando.
She may have got the most distance, but being far off to the right, she's actually the furthest from the basket.
She'll shape this one up that left side, which is a great line to try to get to this pin, again with the astronaut. Oh, a little too much. There's still a putt in her future.
That's going to be a long 70-footer.
Paige lined up perfectly with a lot of airspace. Puts it out to the right. That looks great.
Just got to miss these trees here.
Whew. That'll make short work of a birdie. Not what Cadence wanted to see right now.
No, a birdie on this hole.
Morgan a little bit low, but it still flexes. Ow, hits the blocker tree. That might have been a putt.
Yeah, she had a lot of power on that. It probably would have skipped a good 15, 20 feet.
And clutting way down to a rock. She's throwing a mid.
I mean, she's only 200 feet from the basket off that drive. Oh.
I would have liked to see something more stable on a low line.
She went OB on that one.
Oh no, that OB does come up pretty quick. I saw a few of my card mates also in that OB. Cadence, long look.
Needed that one. Needs all of them.
Morgan with a putt for birdie. Front cage, so close. And our leader extending.
She is not slowing down.
No, sir. Good cleanup from Cadence.
Cadence still playing a commendable round.
3 holes left. Do you think Morgan could catch Cadence if she falls off? Or has Cadence got it locked up?
I think Cadence has got it locked down. The bigger question, does Morgan beat Jordan?
They always do finish really close to each other,
They
so I
do.
guess we're going to see. This is hole 16. This is a huge shot, 370. Most players are not really getting a look at this. It's really about shaping the shot as far as you can and then making an easy upshot that you don't leave yourself any putts on.
Yeah, you really just want to get clean off the tee box. You kind of got a ceiling to contend with if you get the disc lifted a little too much.
That's a little high.
Yeah, speaking of.
She'll have to make a precise upshot from there, but I have no doubt that our leader can do that.
Morgan sticking with the backhand.
Going with the route that's not used so often, the turnover. Would you think that was intentional to try to just get distance?
Possibly.
That surprises me that she would go for the inside line.
It did come out quite a bit of Anheuser.
Yeah. I'll have to ask her. Morgan, drop a comment if that was your intended line. Cadence looking for that big shot, but also puts it up high.
Man, she just had so much power on that. It just turned over on her.
There's been a crosswind on this hole most days, so I'm wondering if that's what's getting under it. And let's see if she can put a move on this and get us close.
Get under it.
Once again, man, you called it.
It's not an easy shot, really.
So now we have an upshot challenge between these ladies to try to all save their par.
Stable up, stable up.
Bjerke's with a big putt to try to save par. Morgan with her zone. Can she put it close? I hear her sister is lingering. That'll be good for a par.
Nice upshot. Parks it. Cadence almost got pin high with this one. Ooh.
Puts it pretty close. Just has a putt. Paige to stay at -12. That was a lot to ask.
She's got a little bit of a cushion, so.
Yeah, she really does. She does not respond as well to lack of pressure. I can see why she plays so well. Is that when that pressure comes on, Paige is ready to make the shots. Good putt by Cadence.
Paige with the rare bogey for her during this round. Morgan with the par. And with the cleanup par as well. And here we are on the final stretch, the last 2 holes. Hole 17, par 3, 336 feet, a little bit of a change from last year.
Yeah, this one's a really technical shot. All the work at the disc needs to happen at the very end. Right, righty backhand is going to flex the shot outside of these trees and get it to come back, giving them a putt. The sidearms just need to get a flip up and ride straight. Really difficult pin to get access to, but it is doable.
Yeah, they changed it from last year. There wasn't the Mando last year. You kind of go around those trees, but they wanted to make it more technical and direct.
Morgan comes up just a little short.
She's just on the edge of the rough there.
It can be really difficult from that group of bushes.
Cadence, a little too much Anheuser on that.
And with a Glow Savant. Not a disc I see thrown too often.
Oh, I would have liked to have seen that not hit that tree.
She's got to look though.
Yeah, I'm saying she had a little bit of a run at the basket if it hadn't hit.
Oh. Paige also coming up a little short, similar to Morgan's drive.
A little bit tougher than Morgan's. She's a little bit further back, actually in the rough.
Cadence putting from 150. Get in there. She gets it up there close enough.
Yeah, you see that flag blowing. Lots of wind.
Ooh, that's trouble.
She's trying to go over that tree. Wow.
Ooh, Morgan throwing her body at it. Almost connects. Another close call.
Paige with the par. Keep her at 11 under. And as I said, still commendable round here. Sitting in second place.
Yeah, I'm sure Cadence is disappointed to have lost the lead. But that's how things go sometimes. And I think she's gonna learn a lot from this tournament.
I mean, this back 12 is pretty big.
Morgan tapping in her par, and I don't know if she's a score checker. But her sister just birdied that hole and tied it up.
Uh-oh.
So, I mean, that's the most important thing right now.
All right, our final hole, hole 18, par 3, 460 feet.
Just a short par. I mean, short par 3. This one's out of range, and it's all about that second shot and making it an easy upshot and putting that final putt in the basket. So we'll see what kind of distance they can get, and if it's all in the second shot, put it close. Paige doesn't have a lot. She could probably take a few strokes here, but Morgan, leader on the box, she needs to get this par.
Rips a nice backhand.
Looks pretty good. It's fading a little bit into the trees. She may be obstructed.
No, it looks like it kicked back out a little bit.
Get to see the distance of all of these women. See if she can put a move on it. Cadence up next with her astronaut. Oh, that's got good turn.
Yeah, great distance on that one. I mean, still a throw in from there, but a lot of distance.
And puts it up really high.
I'm telling you, when she gets that, if she can get that down lower and put a little bit more Anheuser on that, she's going to be running these baskets.
Yeah, I mean, that is a distance shot. Get that nose down. Paige, our leader, puts a move on it. It's a little turn, ends up in those trees on the left. She's got a few strokes to spare.
Kicked her back out into the fairway. So let's give herself an easy putt to finish this out. Nice. Morgan with her flick up shot. Oh.
Oh no, leaves it a little short.
Did she just open the door to Jordan?
She might have.
And beautiful upshot. Cadence.
Wow.
Well, yeah.
There it is. No putts necessary.
This is for par.
Oh my goodness. She will not be outdone.
Take that, Jordan.
Sister ended up bogeying that final hole.
Yeah, she did.
We know who's on top this week. And to clean up her par. What a performance by the young Georgian. Looking forward to seeing her in coming years. And 2018 world champion puts that putt in for par, and she will take this win.
Yeah, add another win to her belt. The 2024 Jacksonville Open champion.
Cadence, who put up a valiant effort in the first 2 rounds, couldn't put it together today, but we got to see a lot of great shots from her. She's got a bright future as well.
Still going to take down second place. We'll finish up with the final leaderboard here. And Sarah, it's been great having you on commentary.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Big shout out to Leah Sinagini for tying Morgan for that podium spot. What a tight field from the end of that event.
Thanks for tuning in to Disc Golf Van Life. Be sure to subscribe, like, and comment.